Welcome to the Holston Valley Unitarian Universalist Virtual Church. My name is Bradley, and I'm glad we could get together, even though we cannot be together. Today, our minister, the Reverend Jeff Briere, found some rules for being human. To accompany the lighting of our chalice, I have words from Rolling Thunder. John Pope was given, or gave himself, that name. He was a spiritual leader who was accused of cultural misappropriation. He died in 1997. In any case, during this pandemic, during these very hot and dry days of summer, it is easy to ask why certain things happen, and why especially to oneself. Rolling Thunder had a simple answer.
The Great Spirit is the life that is in all things, all creatures, all plants, even rocks, all things, and I mean all things, have their own will and their own way and their own purpose.
For music today, Bryan and Rosemary got a few of their friends together and prepared a song from 1969 that was first sung by Jackie DeShannon. It has since been covered by many people. This is Put a Little Love in Your Heart.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart each and every day. Put a little love in your heart, there's no other way. Put a little love in your heart, it's up to you. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
We will sing Loving Kindness next. Please light a candle to dispel the darkness or to bring light to a memory.
May we be filled with love and kindness. 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 May we be
name is Jeff Briere, and I'm the minister of this virtual church. I hope you're doing well today. Stay safe, and if you go outside, stay in the shade. Today, I bring you some rules for being human. A popular meme about the rules for being human is making its way around the internet. Perhaps you've seen it. The rules are often attributed to wisdom written in ancient Sanskrit, but a little investigation proves this to be untrue. They have been modified, edited, amended, expanded, contracted by many people. Sometimes the rules for being human are 12, sometimes 9, and every number in between. They originated in a book by Dr. Cherie Carter-Scott, published in 1998, entitled, "If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules." I thought to review them, and perhaps we'll come to a better understanding of our life and being human. Rule number 1, you will receive a body. You may love it or hate it, but it will be yours for the duration of your life on earth, so you'd better take good care of it. It's easy enough to find examples of people who did not fully follow this rule. You're looking at one of them right now. Taking care of your body is not a breeze, but it is easier the earlier you start. Breaking unhealthy habits at my age is difficult, although it can be done. An important part of your body is above your neck, and I think this rule applies to what you think as well as what you do, what's inside your head as well as the physical aspect of your body. And that can be improved pretty easily at any age. Rule number 2, you will be presented with lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time school called Life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn your lessons. You may like the lessons or you may hate them, but they are part of the curriculum you chose, which is called growth. I can understand why this may be confusing, but the choices we make every day lead us in the direction that we go, whether those choices are intentional or inadvertent. Thus, it is important to think critically about the choices we make. Rule number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of experimentation, a series of trials, errors, and occasional victories. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiments that work. This is another way of saying that you learn as much from your mistakes as you do from any other action you take. Charlie Mattioli said as much the same thing earlier this summer in a virtual service. Perhaps you heard him. You might be embarrassed by a mistake, you might learn from it, but don't beat yourself up. Rule number 4, a lesson is repeated until it is learned, and the lessons will be repeated in various forms until you have learned them. When you have learned them, then you can go on to the next lesson. This is because each lesson in growth, the curriculum, builds on the last lesson. Rule number 5, learning does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain lessons. If you are alive, there are lessons to be learned. They don't get any easier in my experience. In fact, I spent more time learning my lessons in the last 20 years than I did in the previous 50. Rule number 6, there is no better than here. This is deceptive because oftentimes when your there has become a here, you will be tempted to obtain a new there that will look better to you than the there you just turned into your present here. You understand what I'm talking about, I hope. Here and there are metaphors for what you have and what you think you ought to have. The real value in life is not contained in things. It's in people, in experience, and in relationships. Rule number 7, others are only mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. This is the hardest rule for me to follow. and thinking about it makes me kind of nervous. Some of our elected leaders do things that defy the values that I try to live out every day. And if they are mirrors of me, and if something of them is in me, then I am in pretty sad shape. Which leads me to the conclusion that I need to go back to the drawing board. Rule number 8, what you make of your life is up to you. We have all the tools and resources that we need. What you do with them is up to us. In other words, we have a responsibility. Rule number 9, your answers lie inside you. All you need to do is look and listen and trust. You may need other people and new experiences to find the answers you seek, but Rule 8 says that you have those resources. The answers, however, are yet to be uncovered, and they are within. Rule number 10, you will forget all of this at birth. But not to worry, you have your entire lifetime to learn all the lessons in your curriculum. If you want to, you can recall all these rules by unraveling the double helix of inner knowing. Sometimes living with these rules can be difficult. At other times, life just slides by. You can learn more about Dr. Cherie Carter-Scott's work by visiting her website, drcherie.com. That's drcherie.com. Please follow the CDC guidelines and local mandates during this time. Wearing a face mask in public is fundamentally an act of charity because wearing it protects other people. And remember what Zig Ziglar said, you'll get all you want in this life if you just help enough other people to get what they want.
In the 10 rules for being human that we heard this morning, we did not hear anything about who would teach us our lessons. But if you recall from the words of Rolling Thunder, you have a clue. We can and should expect to learn from every experience we have. In his book, Spiritual Literacy, Fred Boussat relates a story about learning his lesson from a horse. I learned about acceptance from a horse. For a long time, I was convinced that horses and I just don't get along. I was not happy about this because I admire these strong and beautiful animals. On an airplane flight, I met a woman who lives on a farm in Virginia where she and her parents breed and train horses. I told her about my one nightmarish experience on a horse. While members of the party made one flip of the reins and their horses sauntered off, mine would not move. When he finally did, it was only for a few yards. Then he ate some leaves off a tree while the rest of the party disappeared out of sight. After I had given him many kicks in the flank, the horse finally decided to move at a full gallop with me hanging on for dear life. We caught up with the group and he started his routine all over again. Stop, eat, run. Stop, eat, run. I was angry and embarrassed. The woman listened patiently to my story and then said, "Horses are incredibly sensitive animals, able to discern exactly what kind of person is riding them. In this case, the horse realized that you are a nonconformist, a person who does not like to be identified with a crowd. So the animal gave you a ride perfectly suited to your personality. The next time you go riding, relax. The horse knows you and what's best for you." This stranger totally reframed my experience, and I got off the plane with renewed confidence in myself as one who could relate to an animal and maybe even ride a horse. Our time together is nearly finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and our resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges for the week to come. Please help me extinguish the chalice now. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with all the world. My name is George Cross, and I'm happy that we could get together today. Thanks for joining us, and please come back whenever you like. We will post another virtual church service next Sunday. Please contact the minister or the caring team if you or somebody you know needs help during this time. Please also understand that our services are recorded in advance. Current events may move faster than our ability to address them in a timely fashion. However, you can find up-to-date information on local events, social justice issues, inspiration, and content of all ages on our Facebook page. To close this virtual service, Charis Brandie will bring us We Shall Be Known by Karish Longacre of Mamuz. As you make your way through the week, remember these words. You are good. You are loved. We all need a little work, and we're all in this together. Nothing left to say, but yay, church!
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
All together.
It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.